Happy Wednesday. Let's see, it's almost the end of June and we'll do another little garden tour. Probably not too much has changed, but things have been growing. I've been picking squash and cucumbers so far, and as a matter of fact, I had enough cucumbers to start some brined pickles. I'm just doing little jars, just enough for me, a little bit at a time. I like to eat them raw, but I can also, this way I can also get the probiotics by having them brined. I've got a new soda going on today. I'm doing it's not bubbling yet. I'm doing a ginger beer. Put quite a lot of ginger in it this time with the ginger bug, but then I flavored it with, I had a pint of strawberries, and they were organic, but the flavor wasn't all that fantastic. So when I was boiling the ginger root for the main soda, I cut the strawberries up and put them in there, and then after it had boiled for its 15 minutes, and then it's supposed to set for 15 minutes, during the last 15 minutes I added a handful of lemon thyme. So it's lemon thyme and strawberry flavored ginger beer. It actually tastes real good. The last one I made was ginger beer with rose geranium, and to me it tastes like grapefruit soda, which is kind of interesting. I've also had enough St. John's wort, so I'm making St. John's wort tincture, and I'm also doing some milky oats. I only had a little bit of milk. Well, there's a lot more oats out there, but I just wasn't sure when to pick them, and now they're sort of dry. But I'm also doing an oil. It's hard for me to find a place where the sun comes in through my windows here, so that might take a little bit longer to get the red color. And so I'll just show you real quickly the garden. Yes, Avery likes to come out. I've had little birds. Oh, there he goes. There must be eggs in the nest, because the little bird's been out there. I don't know. What can you see? Can you see any little eggs? Oh, look at that. Okay, I'm going to stay away from it. I got to remember to not come in and out of that door too much. But everything's growing pretty well. The jewel weed is doing nicely. This is good for poison oak, and I haven't tried it for my mosquito bites, but it'll probably be blooming soon. The chase tree is putting out little blossom buds. There's the hawk. The hawks have still been hanging around. But I've been picking the kale and some of the collards. And we haven't had rain in a few days, so things are a little bit droopy. It's a little bit warm out, although I did water this morning. But everything's growing real well. You know, all the tomato plants have tomatoes on them. That tomato and that morning glory were getting entwined. I had to disengage them. Has that kitty been around the catnip? I think there's been a little white cat that comes through here, and if Avery sees the white cat, she gets very upset. All the mint's fine. These have finally kind of taken off nicely. The agrimony is sort of flopping over. I'm waiting for, oh, look at that guy. I don't know what that is, but it's very pretty. I don't know, are you going to eat my plant? This is the Jerusalem artichoke, and I'm waiting for it to bloom. Hollyhocks have all been blooming. The coneflower, echinacea, has been blooming really nicely. And there's where all my cucumbers are coming from. There's another one on there. Little ones on there. The okra are finally growing. And these plants are finally going to have, I think they're going to be like a, maybe like a little yellow flower. So they're kind of, they must be like just in the sunflower family, asters maybe. Some of the poppies along here have kind of pooped out. Tomatillo's growing nicely there. All this comfrey is done well, and as a matter of fact, I've seen extra comfrey coming up in random places. And these squash that I transplanted, they're growing. I don't expect them to produce much. They just get too much shade through here. This tomatillo's doing well. Avery, what's in there? What are you eating? Let's see. Everything over there is just kind of status quo. Nothing, let me see, where do we want to take you? I'll take you over here. I've been picking the St. John's wort here. And there's more blossoms I could pick today and stuff it in the jar with the oil, I suppose. It's kind of the way I do it. I pick it piecemeal. The motherwort's still blooming. Cut down the angelica there. But these angelicas are getting big now. These are pretty pink poppies here. And all these guys just, they're doing okay. The ashitaba, all the nasturtiums are finally blooming along here. Still some poppies in there. Some of the big, I think these are the big bread seed poppies. So I'm curious what those are going to be like when they bloom. And the calendula are blooming. I've been picking those and drying the petals. I picked some of my dill for the pickles I was making. And the sunflowers are taller than me. Coreopsis are still coming. What else did I see in here? I saw... where did it go? Oh, these guys. This is what I know as black-eyed Susans, but I don't think they are. There's something else. That hollyhocks. It's the big, full hollyhocks, but they may not bloom until next year. And look at these guys. They're very large. All these, lavender have put out more growth, more calendula. I've got zinnias coming up in here now. And here's the, these are cantaloupe that I want to cover this area since this is too hard to actually grow anything in yet. The ornamental corn, the Japanese ornamental corn. Isn't that pretty? And this is, these are all the seeds that I threw in here. The fennel, the basil. I believe this is the nigella. There's some cilantro in there too. And there's where I'm getting my squash from. All the buckwheat, which I'm also using in my artwork. Hollyhocks. The larkspur have been coming down because they're just like they're gone, and I'm letting all the seeds just fall in there, as well as the red clover. There's more hollyhocks. And all the tomatoes, they're setting. The little tomatoes, cherry tomatoes are setting. I had there's some jalapenos over here, so that's cool. And the lavender's pretty much bloomed out. And there's all the wormwood. And I've got some alyssum in there, the yarrow's blooming. And I've been picking a bunch of eggplant. I made a eggplant marinara the other day, which was excellent. Avery, oh there you are. I need to mow my clover, but I've been having foot problems. I messed up my big toes. I've got flat feet. So there's a lot of stress on my large toe knuckle. And what are you rolling in over there, you silly dog? Come here, come here, come here. Hey, come here, come here. Here, Ned. Come on, let's go this way. Yeah, so I bent it back when I was on the mat the other day. Come on. And so she said it is a little swollen, but there's nothing else wrong with it. It's just that, you know, I need to create more space in there, so I'm going to have to stay off the mat for a little bit. How did I get on that tangent? Oh, mowing my lawn. So I'm trying to take it easy for a couple of days, although I am going to be volunteering at the camp again tomorrow, as I did yesterday, and that's a bit taxing, but it'll be okay. But I'm going to stay off the mat because the mat requires bare feet. And here's all these guys out here. I've got I noticed some blossoms on the scarlet runner beans out here, which is cool. They're such pretty blossoms. And the bitter melon is finally taken off, so I hope to get those all covered with the bitter melon. These guys are okay. These cucumbers are growing, so I just let them grow. I have some these are Angelica starts. So I took the seeds from out front and I thought I'm going to start a bunch of Angelica plants because I like Angelica. Everything out here's pretty much the same. And now, yes, now, it's not bad today. It's actually not terribly warm. It's just pleasant, maybe in the low 80s. I'm going to show them my picture. Come on. I can show you, I can also show you, let's see. I don't think, no, I already did show you the one I did the other day of the newest print that I did of Confessing to the Earth. But what I wanted to show you was the print that I got back from the framer today that I need to get an art box and send it out. So that is this one, all framed up, and I think that the white mat and white frame worked really well on it. I'm very pleased with how this one turned out, and I think in the future for a lot of those pieces that are combining the botanicals and the figures, if they're not toned, if they're going to stay blue, that works like really well. So, because it almost looks, to me it almost looks like, I don't know, porcelain ware or something like that. So that's it. I got to figure out what else I'm doing the rest of today. Getting a box. I have to send that out probably by Friday, and I'm going to be doing the camp again tomorrow, so that day will be kind of used up. Yeah, that's it. All right, see ya, bye.